Good evening, graduates, parents, families, friends, and colleagues. We're gathered here this evening to celebrate these young adults and their accomplishments. These students have been working diligently over the past 13 years with this goal in mind, graduating from high school and earning their high school diploma. Today, as these students are reaching this milestone, they're formulating new goals that include post-secondary degrees and successful careers. Class of 2020. This year has been very different for all of us. Instead of being gathered in the auditorium at Zollner on Lehigh University's campus, we're celebrating all of you at Becky's Drive-In under the stars. This may not have been how you envisioned your graduation, but hopefully the fact that your friends and families will be able to see you receive that diploma that you worked so hard for is what really matters most. Also, the stories you'll be able to tell. The class of 2020 will always be special in many wonderful ways. This year has probably already taught you one of the most important life lessons. Things do not always go the way that you plan. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how you handle the change that really matters. You have to be open to change and not be afraid of it. Your lifetime has been all about change. The technological innovations that have been developed just over the past 18 years are incredible and have changed so many aspects of our lives. Believe me when I say that continuity of education would have looked very different had we found ourselves in this position when LVA first opened its doors in 2002. Jobs look different too. There are careers that some of you are pursuing that didn't even exist a few years ago. And there will be others that emerge from our current situation and future challenges. Look at your future as a blank slate with many different opportunities that are just not clearly defined yet. But things are not all going to be easy. There will be some challenges and some disappointments ahead. To that I say, don't give up if things are not the way you expect them to be. Work hard, show that you have grit. With flexibility and tenacity, you will see that other opportunities will become available. This is where your Lehigh Valley Academy IB education will come in handy. In life, you will be asked to look at situations and the world from many different perspectives. As our vision states, Lehigh Valley Academy Regional Charter School is committed to developing thinkers who are critical, creative, and open-minded, ready to embrace the challenges of a worldwide diverse society. And I believe that you are ready. As Rakesh N. said, be positive, principled, proactive, and productive. I'm very proud of each one of you as you venture out into the future. It has been an honor to have seen you grow and develop over the years. Please remember to keep a special place in your hearts for Lehigh Valley Academy and to continue to make us proud as you embark on the next steps in your lives. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome the family, friends, staff, and of course, the class of 2020. Tonight, I have just a few things for you to remember as you move to the next stage of your life. Remember the principles that you learned here at LVA. Remember to never be afraid of taking a risk, have a strong work ethic, yet stay well balanced, as if DP and CP hasn't taught you that by now, and remain open-minded in whatever unfamiliar situation comes your way. No matter what happens, remember your core values and you can remain poised. Graduation provides you a beginning to anything you want. As I was thinking of your graduation speech, even as long ago as last summer, I came across something that reminded me of all of you. Mr. Rayford and I were eating Chinese one summer afternoon, and my fortune said, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. If I could give each of you a fortune to take with you as you graduate LVA and move into adulthood, it would be this. You are a class that is filled with leaders and new ideas. Let's be honest, we have seen some creative leadership throughout your high school tenure here. The one trait that has strung through your class has been confidence. Confidence in your decisions and in your abilities. Never lose that and take it with you in the direction of your dreams. Graduations are representative of new beginnings. Remember this moment. Think back on your families who supported you, faculty who imparted their knowledge, and peers who were with you through it all. Feel appreciation for not only what you have accomplished, but all that you will do in the future. Please keep your focus, and remember that if you ever need anything, you always have LVA friends and family to come back to. Good luck and congratulations.
Good evening, faculty, staff, administration, families, and a very special welcome to the class of 2020. It is an honor for me to bring greetings and congratulations from Lehigh Valley Academy's Board of Trustees. Graduation is one of the most important events at LVA. I feel lucky to have had the opportunity to speak at the last 3 ceremonies, but this one is special tonight due to the unusual circumstances of the end of your senior year. I hope that even with the different setting, the cards filled with your friends, relatives, and faculty members, that you can still feel how proud every person here is of you, of your accomplishments, and of the goals that you have reached so far. A successful graduate's character would be described by every person here in a different way. Nevertheless, some common traits would be repeated. These traits are commitment, perseverance, integrity, and dependability. These concepts are not ones that can be taught in a day, as they are instilled over the course of your school years and early adulthood. Through the dedication of your teachers, you have learned how to embody these traits. As you enter the next stage of your lives, whether it is an institution of higher learning or through a career, carry these traits with you. Your character is not something that can be taken away from you. My hope is that you will reflect on all that you have learned and accomplished at LVA and be proud of your success. Already, I know that these successes would not have happened if you had not already committed to possessing these character traits in your every word and actions. This year's class has 87 students, LVA's largest graduating class to date. 19 students have elected to test for the full IB diploma, and for first year, 16 are testing for the career program or CP diploma. 36 students in total elected to participate in the CP program. It is exciting to see this latest addition to LVA's IB curriculum take off. 64 seniors tested in English. 20 members of the graduating class have been inducted into the National Honor Society. Countless others of you are part of LVA's 6 other honor societies. LVA graduates are proven to continue to be successful once they leave our school. These academic accomplishments show your character's commitment to your education as well as your internal motivation. Your ability to adapt, take on new challenges, and be risk takers will prepare you well for the world today. This year's senior class was confronted with events none of us have faced before. The early closing of school, transition to remote classes, social distancing, parents and family members impacted by business closures during the shutdown. Yet you rose to meet these challenges well. Classes were completed, tests were taken, and now you've made it. As a student and individual, you have the drive to continue your successes and are well prepared to enter this next phase in your lives. Thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you. I salute your success. You have met this hurdle and have completed amazing accomplishments so far. I believe you will head out into this world ready to tackle the problems before society today. I and the other members of Lehigh Valley Academy's Board of Trustees wish you all the best and look forward to hearing about your successes in the future.
Good evening, faculty, staff, friends, family, and a special welcome to the class of 2020. I am so happy that we could come together to celebrate this unforgettable class and its amazing accomplishments. This is certainly not the normal graduation, but the world is anything but normal right now. You've had to overcome quite a bit in the past few months to get to this day, and you did it. You should be so proud of yourselves. I know that there were times when you didn't want to continue, but you did. You persevered through the uncertainty, but that is not something new for this class. You are the first class to go through the career-related program, and I am so happy that many of you chose to sit for the full CP credentials. Whether you were in CP or DP, you learned that IB is full of uncertainty, and some of it was intentional. You learned in your classes that there isn't always one right answer. You confronted your ways of knowing and your long-held beliefs. You listened to others when you didn't agree with them. You learned that adults don't always have the answers, and sometimes adults are downright wrong, and it's okay not to know something. In fact, it's better to admit that you don't know. So, while we are sending you out into a world that looks vastly different than it did 3 months ago, and an even more uncertain future, I am certain of this. You have the tools to navigate this world into which you are being thrust. You are all smart, kind, empathetic, determined, inquisitive, socially minded, and adaptive. All qualities we need in the world right now. Not that you need it, but I'd like to impart some advice to you. These are some things I've learned late in my life that I wish I had known sooner. So, here is my advice for the class of 2020. Number 1, remember the difference between happiness and joy. Happiness is momentary, joy is permanent, but it takes work. Find and pursue your joy and don't let anyone get in the way of that. Number 2, make a contract with yourself for that joy. Reevaluate it. Break that contract if you aren't finding joy in things. A job, a friendship, a relationship, whatever it is. The only person who can renegotiate that contract is you. Don't sacrifice your joy for anyone or anything. Achieving your joy is non-negotiable. Number 3, don't, however, let a sense of joy lead to complacency. Complacency will breed mediocrity, which will lead to not growing. Instead, set goals for yourself, but don't set goals that are easily attainable. Set goals that will challenge you, goals that will help you grow. Number 4, it's okay to fall down while achieving those goals. What's not okay is to stay down. Take risks. Who knows? That risk may lead you to your joy. If you fall down, get up, learn something, and move on. Number 5, show up and begin. It's the hardest part. Day 1 or 1 day. What is it going to be? If you really wanted it, you would have started by now. Stop saying 1 day, next week, or tomorrow. The day is now to make a change. Number 6, I've said this before in speeches, and I think it bears repeating. You are who you surround yourself with. Choose friends wisely. Number 7, make sure you have flat tire friends. These are friends who will come to your aid when you need it. They aren't those fair weather friends who only show up for the good times. Number 8, a lot of people will like you, but how many of those people actually value you? Surround yourself with people who know your value and who appreciate that value and what it brings to their life. Number 9, surround yourself with diversity. It's what makes this world a great place. Respect, value, and stand up for that diversity. Number 10, do something. Go out into the world and use your voice and passion for whatever cause you believe in. Stand up and be heard. I know how loud all of you are. Use your voice, talent, and knowledge to effect change. So, class of 2020. This is where we say until we meet again, because I'm sure we will cross paths in the future. Today, you celebrate. Tomorrow, your great work begins. You are on the precipice of greatness, and we need you to get to that greatness so you can change the world. My generation isn't going to do it. It rests with you. And if this small group of students in front of me is any indication of what the class of 2020 can do, I'm confident and excited to see what will come from your efforts. Congratulations, class of 2020, and good luck.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to walk you all through a little scenario. Imagine your senior year being cut short due to a pandemic. Imagine going to school one day, not realizing the magnitude of the virus and how it would determine your last day of the school year. Imagine your senior prom being canceled. Imagine not being able to give the proper goodbyes to your teachers and peers. Imagine not having a formal in-person graduation. Now, imagine making the best of the situation. Imagine being there for each other, hearing, we're all in this together. I'm so proud of you. Class of 2020 strong. Imagine believing all of these things and holding it close to your heart because we are in this together and they should be proud. Imagine using this obstacle to motivate you to not take life for granted, but to become successful. Imagine making history. Imagine you, me, us. We've been through so much together and overcome every obstacle thrown at us. We've always been the class of first. From going to camp twice, creating LVA's first barbershop, attending a national competition, shout out to my soul steppers, to having our graduation at a drive-in movie theater. And I'm sure you can all think of many things in between. We are the class that brings about change and sets things in stone. We're go-getters, leaders, influencers. I can talk about so many things we've accomplished and led that others would be scared to pursue, like protests, fashion shows, drives, honor societies, and more. But that's the thing about fear. It drives you to get out of your comfort zone. Fear will push you to be the best version of yourself. We're all shaped by our ability to face fear and withstand our struggles. So as we venture on, don't be afraid, because all of us being here together is enough motivation to strengthen your drive to pursue every one of your goals and dreams. When you become successful, which I truly believe in my heart that all of you will, remember those who were there for you from the very beginning. Keep your mom, who saves lives by night and graciously raises 3 beautiful girls by day. Keep your grandma and nana, who always knows what's best for you and comforts you like no other. Keep your aunts and uncles, who are always there for you, no matter the time or price. Keep your best friends, who make life worthwhile and push you to become who you are today. Keep your favorite teachers, who have made such a huge impact on your life that you will forever be grateful for. I'm going to miss all of my fellow Jaguars, and I think the administration can back me up on this. We're one of the craziest classes of LVA. I'm going to miss being the best grade at every pep rally. I'm going to miss the many debates in English class and therapy sessions in TOK right after. I'm going to miss turning every school dance into a club. I'm going to miss everyone's favorite place to be, no matter what block, Haddock's Art Room. I'm going to miss our fun field trips like DC and Boston. I'm going to miss keeping our teachers and admin on their toes. The memories we all share are priceless. We may not have a normal graduation or senior year, but class of 2020, we are making history. We are strong, creative, brilliant, and will proceed on to do amazing things. I believe in all of you. As one of the scholars of our generation once said, if you want to be successful, you have to be selfish. And by selfish, I don't mean not sharing your peanut butter jelly with the kid on the playground. I mean take every single opportunity that you can. Open every single door possible. Blue face, baby. Congratulations, class of 2020. We made it.
Good evening, everyone. To begin, I'd like to thank all the teachers and administrators who spent endless time trying to give us as normal of a graduation as possible. At one point, we didn't even think we would get one. I would also like to thank each and all of the parents who supported us through these 4 years. We couldn't have done it without you. And most importantly, thank you to my beautiful mother for being the force that drives me. You are the reason for who I am today. I know we have been talking at you for the duration of this program, so I will try to wrap this up quickly. Your senior year of high school is by far the scariest. I know because I thankfully and have finally gotten through it, thanks to the class of 2020. In 2017, I transferred out of Emmaus High School to attend Lehigh Valley Academy, and since then, I've been part of the LVA family for 3 years. My educators these past 3 years have truly allowed me to grow and flourish to become the person who I am today. So for that, I thank each of you. Not only did our teachers at LVA teach us subjects like psychology and history, but they also taught us lessons about life. They have taught us to work hard to achieve our dreams. They have showed us the ropes to keeping and letting go of friends, and most importantly, being happy. At this point in our lives, we, as 18 and 19-year-old people, are expected to know which path we will choose to lead our lives within the next upcoming years. Some of us know as soon as we start kindergarten, but others are still not sure which path they will decide to take, and that's part of the journey. I have a good friend who once told me that 4 years is too long to be unhappy. When she said this, the theme of the conversation amongst our friends was where we were going to decide to spend the next 4 years. But truthfully, this can be applied to all areas of life. Studies have shown that when you are happy and perform, you feel better. Not only this, but happiness does and will lead to a longer life. But I get it. The world isn't all about rainbows and ponies, but I believe that if each of us controls the controllable in our lives, we will be one step closer to achieving happiness. Just to clarify, I'm not talking about the kind of happiness that you get when you finish eating Chick-fil-A, but rather the vibrant happiness that you feel about where you are right now in this chapter of your life. 4 years is too long to not be happy, whether it be at a college or at a job you hate waking up for every day. For this reason, it is crucial to follow the path that you enjoy and that you are excited about, and that you look forward to dedicating time to. To my class of 2020, we have been through some crazy times in our high school careers. I thank you for welcoming me with open arms and with a smile. Some of the best memories I have are thanks to all of you. We have shed tears over SAT scores and making honor roll, but if you take anything away from these years, let it be to do what makes you happy, because life is too short not to. Thank you.
Good evening, honored guests, administration, teachers, family and friends, my parents, and of course, the class of 2020. Wow, has a ring to it, doesn't it? The class of 2020. Now I know none of us thought that we'd be graduating at Becky's Drive-In, but rather excitedly walking across the stage at Zollner Art Center. For those of you who may not know, I have been a part of the LVA family since 6th grade, and I've had a wild ride with this class since my very first day. So let's take a trip down memory lane. It all started when 6th grade was decided to become a part of the 4 to 6 building. Now that was disappointing, but my class persevered and moved on as 6th grade elementary schoolers. I walked into Mr. Beeman's 6th grade classroom extremely nervous about making friends and being in a completely new and different environment. I sat down in my very last row and made my very first LVA friend in under 5 minutes. That very first day of 6th grade was when I knew LVA would be an unforgettable chapter of my life. 6th grade was spent making new friends, playing tag in the loop, getting yelled at for the gum under the common room tables, and having lockers for the very first time. Next came 7th grade. We were finally in the older kid building. We spent 7th grade walking through the crowded hallways for the very first time and rushing to class. We were even lucky enough to go to Camp Candendis twice as 7th graders. Truly, the class of 2020 is just the luckiest. Finally, the end of middle school, 8th grade rolled around. 8th grade was spent thinking that we were all high and mighty since we were almost in high school. It was the year of the Washington trip, our first time experiencing freedom in a large city, getting drenched from the rain at the zoo and smelling like rain the whole way back home. And then high school became a thing. And high school is really nothing like the movies. In some ways, it's better. Freshman year. It was such a terrifying time walking down our 2 hallways, super nervous trying to find where our classes were. We pulled all-nighters completing our dreaded history outlines that we had procrastinated for more than 2 weeks, in addition to crying over our tiki-talkies. We were scared of the upperclassmen and trying so hard. Sophomore year rolled around, and we were more comfortable with who we were and feeling lucky that we were done with our freshman year. Instead of crying over history assignments, we were all crying over chemistry, our favorite class. We spent the year looking forward to Boston and being relieved that we were no longer freshmen. Then came junior year, arguably the most stressful year of standardized tests, trying to grow up and become someone. It was the year where we were hit with a truckload of work known as IB. Turns out taking HL physics as an elective would not be my friend. It was also the year of thinking, emphasis on thinking, that you lost one of your 7th graders in the middle of the night at Camp Candendis. I'm looking at you, Cabin 20. You spent all of junior years wishing, oh, what it's like to be a senior. So then senior year finally came around, and we were all walked into the building feeling on top of the world. Only 288 days left of high school. We were untouchable. The excitement of prom, graduation, and college was buzzing through the air. We still had a lot of work to do as seniors, that lot of work being our IAs, and we learned life lessons like pulling all-nighters for homework and not studying for our tests weren't the best ideas, and finally realized that we'd all be going out into the real world. We learned that senioritis is a real thing, and I'm speaking from experience. We had so much to look forward to at the end of the year. That was when the COVID-19 pandemic struck out of nowhere. Our world was quite literally flipped upside down. So the class of 2020 learned the most important life lesson of all, to never take any people or moments in life for granted. While we were all extremely upset about losing out on major life events, we were still making major life decisions like deciding where to go to college or what our next move would be. So, class of 2020, while we may have missed out on the second half of our senior year and precious moments with our friends, we made it. The class of 2020 made it. And we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for our teachers, administration, family, and friends. Specifically, I would not have made it without the rest of my class of 2020. Thank you to everyone here who helped us on the wild ride we called growing up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sure that everyone has been anticipating this day since the start of high school, so it is exciting to say that it is finally here. Before I recognize all the amazing things we did as a class, I think the first thing that needs to be addressed is the elephant in the room, or rather, the socially distanced drive-in movie theater. This is not how any of us pictured our graduation. I'm sure that during all of those long nights, studying for tests, writing IAs, imagining ourselves walking across that stage in Zolna Art Center offered many of us the comfort and perseverance we needed to continue. The traditional graduation ceremony is long awaited by many students, and it is a shame that our class will not be a part of that. But from a larger perspective, has our class ever been a traditional one? The class of 2020 is composed of strong, outgoing personalities that continue to adapt to adversities in our educational careers. After all, we grappled with change when our class was the first class of 6th graders to be included within PYP. When 7th grade rolled around, our LVA camp field trip was cut short due to unprecedented and, in retrospect, very strange circumstances. How many students can say that they had to leave a school trip early due to a murderer hiding out in the woods? But these changes were not always negative. Due to the large number of students in our class, LVA had to create an extension of the high school buildings to be built in the parking lot, the annex. Furthermore, our class was the first class to include the crew-related program into the high school curriculum. Although some of the more iconic moments from the class of 2020 were the result of misbehavior. As a class, we found some very, to say the least, creative ways to get in trouble and drive our teachers insane. I'm sure that some particular and peculiar events just popped into everyone's mind. But we were more than just an administrative headache. We offered a lot to our school community. We established new clubs and honor societies, competed in national competitions, Go Step Team, brought the strongest team spirit to pep rallies, and truly established our legacy as a very consequential class to graduate from LVA. We were a class of leaders, goal-getters, and unapologetically outspoken individuals. As I was deciding on a college, I found myself really struggling to make a sense of what I wanted in my next educational endeavor, and most of all, I could not picture myself as a college student quite yet. I soon realized that the reason I couldn't begin to think about my college experience was because I never got the chance to say goodbye to all the memories I shared with you guys in high school. On March 13th, I left school grinning, excited for a 2-week break. Now I would give anything to have those moments back. I can honestly say that I miss everyone and every part of high school. I miss sitting in the common area with my friends, complaining about homework, laughing with my classmates, attending pep rallies and dances, waiting in line for the microwave in the cafeteria, and even, believe it or not, my teachers. These were the parts that made high school so special. So now, as we are the first class to be faced with such a devastating and non-traditional means of celebrating our accomplishments, I think it is safe to say that our resilient nature has prepared us for it. The situation our class is currently faced with is not only a testament to the importance of our future pursuit of education, but the ways in which our LVA experiences have made us that much more adaptable to the real world. In a world overrun by a global pandemic, I think we can agree that the society we are entering is unpredictable and in desperate need for students like ourselves. LVA and its IB curriculum taught us how to problem solve, work together, and be the creators of our own futures. These are the real lessons taught in school. I hope that we look back on our unconventional school experience, followed by its very unconventional ending, and we can remember that complex problems require complex solutions, and we are the very generation of students to solve them. We all have plans for life after LVA, but I truly hope that this celebration of all of our accomplishments, challenges, and friendships help us all to bring some closure to the most exciting time of our lives. Through all the ups and downs, we made it. Congratulations, class of 2020. We will go on to do great things.